Hey YouTube, so I've been going around thinking a bit lately, and I remember an old post 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, about the anime Mount Rushmore of anime. Why did it come out like that? But the Mount Rushmore of anime, and I was like, you know what? Mount Rushmore is not anime enough. I'm going to use the Konoha Hokage head mountain thing. And I still don't know if that even has a name. So, you know what? I'm going to call it the Hokage Head Mountain. But we're going to use the Hokage Head Mountain, or the Hokage Mountain. And now we got 7 choices. So this list is not going to have animes like Jujutsu Kaisen, Black Clover, My Hero Academia. It's not going to have those new school stuff. Because they're still growing. They're still trying to prove themselves. Of course, even though you may think that they've already proven themselves, they're not classics. They're still new. Alright? When we talk about classics are like early 2000s anime and manga. Alright? So, if you just noticed, Dragon Ball Z, early 2000s. Bleach, early 2000s. Naruto, early 2000s. One Piece, early 2000s. Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero, you know, those animes, recent, not going to talk about them. So, first off, we're going to talk about the original 4, which are Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. And I'm mostly talking about these popularity-wise. I'm not going to talk about, like, sales-wise and all that stuff, but I'm just going to talk about popularity-wise, and especially, it has to be a shonen anime, first off. Now, if you want to know what shonen anime is animes for young boys to like teenagers, and once you get to the young adult area, they're called seinen, alright? So don't get it twisted. Shonen and seinen are not the same thing. Don't get it twisted. First off, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is one of those animes that has had the most popularity, influence, everything in the West. I remember people writing articles of back when anime was not that popular about kids in their hospital beds who have cancer, have a disease, had some heart problems, whatever, and them talking about how they actually got through the struggle because they watched Dragon Ball Z, or they connected with Vegeta of all characters and was like, hey, I see Vegeta constantly losing and he's getting back up, so why can't I do that too? You can't deny Dragon Ball of its popularity. It's gotten so popular in so many ways, has influenced so many people, has even made some YouTube channels on this platform where their little brand is Super Saiyan. Come on. Now, next is Bleach. Bleach is one of those animes where I think was extremely popular. Well, not I think, I know was extremely popular. And I would say Bleach brought drip to the anime community. Bleach was one of those anime mangas where, like, when you see the colored pages, you're like, oh, they were nice stuff, you know? For me personally, whenever I saw Ichigo or Urashiki or what's the big guy's name with the arm? I forgot his name, but was it Mac or something? I don't remember. But I remember when they were like all decked out in clothing, and I was like, oh man, I want to dress like them. I want to dress good like them. So Bleach has influence. Bleach has popularity. Everybody and their mothers know the scene of Ichigo turning into a hollow. And everybody, if they have an anime replica sword collection, they probably have Ichigo's giant sword or even Ichigo's Zanpakuto. You know, that's just one of the things that people always think about when they hear Bleach and not Tide Pods. But Now, Naruto. Naruto is one of those animes that I think just blew up on the get-go, because everybody remembers that scene of that very first couple of minutes of the first Naruto episode of the Nine Tails attacking the Leaf Village. Everybody remembers that, and it just blew up from there. Now, of course, now that the Naruto anime's ended and the manga's done, and now they're doing Boruto, popularity is still there, but, most people just watch Boruto to watch Naruto now. Now, One Piece. One Piece is one of those animes that has absolutely grown, absolutely destroyed the game. They've sold millions upon millions, if not billions in all together, of manga. Now, the animes, I remember them trying to bring it here, and they were, lackluster, to say the least. That's probably why it hasn't grown so much in the West here, but you have to put it on this list, because most anime watchers know that One Piece is such a good anime, and especially to new anime watchers, this is a very daunting anime to watch. But if you get into it and you watch it and you stick with it, it's amazing. It's a journey and a half or even more, and it's a good journey. Now, the next one on the list is something you have to say. It's like, it has to be on the list for shonen anime, and even popularity wise, it has to be said. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, I'm trying to be objective, but personally, I would put Pokemon above Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because I remember growing up and everybody telling me to watch the first Pokemon movie. And I remember, if I remember correctly, the first Pokemon movie was about Mewtwo, and then Ash dies in there. Spoilers if you haven't seen the first movie, but I'm going to spoil it anyways. And I remember crying for that first movie. Like, when Ash died, I cried. Don't know why, I just did. It was just sad. And I remember playing Fire Red, Leaf Green, Yellow, Sapphire. Alright? I remember growing up playing those games on the Nintendo DS Lite. I didn't play them on the Game Boy because I didn't have a Game Boy. But I did play Pokemon Stadium on the N64. Alright? And I think I played some on the GameCube. So, I grew up with a lot of Pokemon, but I also grew up playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. And getting destroyed in Yu-Gi-Oh! And destroying other people in Yu-Gi-Oh! With my Dark Magician! And then, like, telling other kids to, like, draw your last card. That type stuff, So, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a big place in my childhood, in my heart. But I gotta put Pokemon ahead. Like, the games made Pokemon even more popular. The card game itself made Pokemon even more popular. And anime has been running for the longest time in America and everywhere else. Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime was bopping, the card game is bopping, I think that the card game is more popular than the anime. So I gotta put Pokemon ahead. So, Pokemon, the next one. Now, next is a topic that you have to add when you talk about the big three. If you excluded Dragon Ball and you talk about the big three, which were Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, those were the three kings, the three kings of shonen anime and manga. But there was a fourth one, There was a fourth one that everybody had in their mind, The fourth one that if you couldn't get into Naruto, if you couldn't get into Bleach, if you couldn't get into One Piece,
oh hell no! You serious?
What's wrong with you? You know, that type of stuff. So, the fourth one, or the next one I'm about to talk about, is Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail, oh man. I remember first getting into Fairy Tail and I was like, this is dope. It is about dragons. It has a cat. It has it has magicians. It has guilds. It has like medieval magic. You know, things you couldn't dislike. You know, all about friendship. You know, friendship is power. Power Rangers type stuff. You know, and the popularity of Fairy Tail just kept on growing and growing, but not to the level of, you know, One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto. But Fairy Tail had to put on this list. A contender for this list is Attack on Titan. But I wouldn't consider Attack on Titan a shonen. Just because of the themes and things that happen and the events that transpire in the manga and the anime. You know, those types of events and whatnot are more towards young adults. So I would put Attack on Titan as a seinen, not as a shonen. You know, and we're not going to talk about the ending, alright? The ending, everybody and their mother knows, the ending was alright? It was alright? You know, the first ending came out, everybody raved about it. The second ending, because everybody raved about it, the author put a second ending, and you know what? Everybody still hated it. You know, you can't please anybody apparently in this day and age. So Attack on Titan, you can rave all you want, you can yell, scream, cry, you know. Attack on Titan came out in 2013, a change of an era, you know. But Attack on Titan, not a shonen, I would say it's a seinen. Death Note. Death Note's also one of those. Like, Death Note is very, very, very good anime and manga to read and watch. But I would also put it on another Hokage Mountain like Attack on Titan, because just the themes and whatnot transpire in that anime and manga, not very shonen. So I would say it's also more seinen, and I would also put it in the category of Attack on Titan. Next, Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter. Now, those two had the same author, Yoshiro Tagashi. That guy, amazing work. He has two very outstanding anime and manga. Yu Yu Hakusho, first of all. I remember watching that, and I was like, yo, you know that one dude with he looks like he's on even bigger steroids than steroids themselves? Like, I remember looking at that dude, and I was like, jeez. And I remember the main character of Yu Yu Hakusho doing those finger pistol stuff, and the dude with the, what was it? Not the sombrero, the pompadour. Dude with the pompadour. Now, I don't remember these characters' names because I haven't seen Yu Yu Hakusho in the longest time. But, yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho could have been on this list. Now, Hunter x Hunter, everybody and their mother knows, Gon Freeze, when he freaked out and turned into an adult version, Gon Freeze. Alright? Everybody knows he was doing rock, paper, scissors. Everybody knows Gon Freeze when he freaked out and turned into an adult Gon Freeze and did the rock, paper, scissors thing, even though his arm got cut off. Alright? Everybody knows that scene. Hunter x Hunter has just grown leaps and bounds, you know, in popularity and whatnot, especially because of that scene. And everybody remembers the scene of when the ant guy was with that girl, alright? And they were playing shogi or chess. Everybody knows that. They keep on going back to that scene too, just because it was such a heartfelt scene. Now, another one that's a big contender is Soul Eater. I think Soul Eater had one of the biggest influences just under all the big five, you know. If it wasn't Fairy Tail, it was probably Soul Eater. You know, I remember Maki, I remember Soul, you know, I remember Death the Kid and his two gun girls, you know. So, hey, the popularity of Soul Eater, big contender on this one. Another one is Fullmetal Alchemist. Now, Fullmetal Alchemist, it is one of those shows that I don't remember the popularity of it, but I know that it blew up, and everybody remembers that scene of that dog and the girl, you know. Oh, hell no! Everybody remembers that. If you've seen Fullmetal Alchemist, you know. If you haven't, you need to watch it, and you will get mad. But you can't deny Fullmetal Alchemist, not the original, okay? Not the original. The original is trash. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is good, alright? So, everybody remembers that, and everybody really likes it. I remember from what all my friends have told me about Fullmetal Alchemist, I didn't even know Fullmetal Alchemist existed, and the character had my name. I didn't even know that anime and the manga existed until a friend told me, and I went and watched it and read it. Like, jeez. Next on this list is Katekoyo Hitman Reborn. That anime didn't do so well around here. I remember it had it used to be maybe airing in the US, but I think it was subbed maybe. And I do know that the popularity didn't go too far here. But it was very good. I know a lot of people who've seen it, they really liked it, but I know that the popularity here was not great. Now, before we end the video, let's talk about sports anime. Mainly Hajime no Ippo, Prince of Tennis, and Kuroko no Basket. Those three anime were so popular. I remember kids who didn't like sports at all, and then they read Prince of Tennis and they wanted to play tennis. I remember kids who didn't like basketball but wanted to learn basketball because they read Kuroko no Basket, and then they try to be a freaking Almanet or what was it, Midoriya, the green-haired guy. Everybody tried to do those 3-pointers from half court or full court. Everybody tried to play street like Almanet. I remember those days. And Hajime no Ippo. Now, Hajime no Ippo was very, very popular. You know, Dempsey roll and everything, but around here it didn't get too much. But it was still very good. Same as Prince of Tennis and Kuroko no Basket. All those three, very good, but unfortunately they are not in the top 7. So, to reiterate, my top 7, my Hokage Mountain Heads, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, Fairy Tail, Pokemon, Fullmetal Alchemist. Those 7 are my top 7, and I won't say that they're like the top of the tip crop of shonen anime, but I would say this. Everything other than Fullmetal Alchemist are 100%, I would say most people would say, is the top cream of the crop, you know, shonen anime. So if you liked the video, you know, please like, subscribe, comment down below, you know. Comment down below what anime and manga are on your Hokage mountain, you know. Make your list, you know. You don't have to explain it because, you know, it'll take too long to explain it. So just put it out there, you know, 1 through 7 or 1 through 6, or even your top 4 like the Mount Rushmore. You know, comment down below what are your top anime, or if you want to say it, the old anime, you know, like the old 80s, 90s anime, go ahead. Or if you want to talk about even the newer ones, like what are your favorite new school anime that you think don't really need to prove themselves and they already proved themselves already, you know, comment down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.